Well, how about that for some fun last week, huh? Jim Hutchinson, New Jersey, Delaware Bay edition of the Fisherman magazine, and what was it, about 13 straight days of east-northeast winds, only to arrive at the weekend with fear of Hurricane Joaquin. Of course, we got spared. It was certainly a wild ride, and things were real messy right up until the beginning of this week. So many of the party boats throughout New Jersey and along the Delaware coast did not run over the weekend. Quite a few of them started getting out middle of this week. We understand some of the North Jersey boats were out looking for bluefish, and a lot of boats will start sailing again as of Friday. The Miss Avalon down in Avalon, New Jersey, as a perfect example, will be getting out on Friday. Captain took some photos of the mess that it was on Saturday. This is for the high tide right near the bridge. Wasn't very attractive. You can understand why people weren't sailing. Just to be safe, a lot of folks I know pulled their boats before the weekend. My good friend Sean Loy over at Ukuma was traveling throughout the weekend, so he sneaked out, slogged through the waters on Friday just to pull the boat out, just to make sure. And of course, throughout the weekend, led to quite a bit of beach erosion throughout much of our region. A shot from Harvey Cedars where all that fresh sand, post-Sandy, got taken away. Even up until the middle of this week, restrictions were still in place at some beaches like Brick Beach. If you take a look down there, if you fish in that area, you'll see why. Other locations like Island Beach State Park and Holgate, they have lifted their restrictions, so people are back at it. Of course, the surfcasters loved this nasty weather we had, and they were out even as of Sunday. Eric Matizan and buddy Tommy Lahan were out on the rocks at Brigantine throwing some TA darters in the soup looking for some stripers. A lot of folks returned to the surf as soon as they possibly could earlier this week. Nick here found a quiet backside location, I believe this was on Sunday, to clam up some stripers. He checked back in with 24/7 bait and tackle. And our September cover boy, Jimmy Banana, he hit the suds again this week, put the waders to some fish, had his 10-foot Akuma Cedros and Penn 525 mag out, clamming up some stripers this week. So clams are definitely key after a big storm like we had. There's so many clams in the wash, so stripers were feeding quite hot and heavy. Checked in with John at Betty and Nick's in Seaside this week. He said he didn't see any signs of mullet, but the water cleared up pretty nicely by Wednesday. A little northwest wind Tuesday into Wednesday, just like we forecast, should clean things up, and it looks good for stripers along the front beaches if you can get out. We do have some rain coming up periodically this weekend, Friday and Saturday, but it's not going to be like it was last week. Some fish in the back as well. David Absecon Bay has been putting some charters on some back bay stripers. He's been catching fish on spot, live spot when you can get them. And of course, the Tautog, they're still there at the jetties. You must hunker down in that storm, but they're still around. We've had some Tautog on the jetties since the storm. The T-Jetty gave up this 19-incher that was reported back to one stop in Atlantic City. And Dennis over at Murphy's Hook House in Toms River, he also got some good Central and North Jersey togging reports from those jetty rocks. Now, while mullet may be hard to find, might be hard to come by, a lot of peanuts in the wash or in the back, right up into and through that storm as the peanut bunkers start to move down the coast, provides another opportunity. Small metal lip swimmers, your tsunami swim shads, even a modified snatch rig. If you find a nice school of peanut bunker getting harassed in the wash, you can slip an egg sinker between a couple of barrels, another stretch a leader with a treble hook, makes a nice light tackle snag rig. You can snag one of those peanuts right out of the mass, and hopefully a striper will come along and pick things up. We are in the start of the striper season. Things are going hot and heavy, and the LBI Classic 61 years will kick off on Saturday, October 10th. That carries over for 8 weeks. There's a special $500 bonus for this weekend, so check in at lbift.com. Check into that. Another opportunity this weekend down at Atlantic City is the Beach and Boat Challenge. They're going to be based out of the Farley, the State Marina, the Golden Nugget there. There's a big barbecue competition down there as well, but I know a lot of guys are going to be heading out in the surf scene. If they can't score some fish in the Beach and Boat Challenge, you can get information on that at www.beachandboat.com. And if you're looking for a tow or beach buggy, this weekend is a good opportunity in Toms River. Go down to the Ocean County Mall. Lester Glenn has an operation Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We just had a big article in the October edition on tow vehicles and beach vehicles. Go out and check them out. Lester Glenn at the Ocean County Mall. Take a look at the Dodge Raminator as well. You want something that's going to get a leg up and jump over some of the other beach buggy traffic in front of you. That's a good opportunity. I'm just kidding. Hey, listen. Online this week, we posted something about the borough of Deal. They just had $40 million of beach replenishment work along the beaches of Deal. They have a planned ordinance to privatize street parking. Now, we've got some conflicting reports that they're going to table the ordinance, but the meeting is 9 a.m. this Friday morning at the Deal Borough Hall. That's 1900 Norwood Avenue in Deal. If you fish Deal, you fish Asbury Park, any of those stretches up there, if you can get the opportunity to get over to Borough Hall in Deal this Friday morning, make sure they table this thing, because they just got all this beach replenishment sand that we paid for, and now they want to shut down their streets. So if you want to get active, go out there and get active. And hey, you're out there in the morning, give them heck along the beach as well, because the stripers are running. Should be a good weekend, and we are kicked into the surf season, the striper season, and don't forget those bluefish along the beaches as well. Until next week, catch them up, my friends, and we'll see you here at thefisherman.com and at the Fisherman Magazine.
To receive the latest fishing reports, subscribe to the Fisherman's YouTube page. Click subscribe, then click the settings button and check Send Me Updates. You'll now receive notifications of the latest Fisherman YouTube videos and reports. If you're already a subscriber, make sure you've checked Send Me Updates in the settings so you receive the latest notifications.